call it the big time. Got your name in lights. Now you're gonna shine. Got 'em in your sights.
You're just trying to find a way out. I don't want to tell you how to live, but I just don't want you to miss. And I don't mean to scare you. I want you to live, and I dare you to give this life all you have. Yeah, all you don't miss, just make, don't get it twisted. We're on a mission to live life legendary. Yeah, we are legendary. We are legendary. We are not ordinary. We are legendary. You will remember our names. We are legendary. Extraordinary, we are legendary. You will remember our names. Thin our blood. You're one of us. You're one of us. There's strength in our blood. You're one of us. You're one of us.
Cardinal Baseball Live on Tradio begins now.
Welcome into Cardinal Baseball Live here on Tradio. Happy to be with you tonight as the Cardinals step outside district play, taking on UME Prep. Fort Worth Christian, winners of 5 consecutive games, as they won a pair against Midland Christian last week to start district play 2-0. Meanwhile, UME Prep coming in, the Eagles, they've won 8 consecutive games. My name's Will Connerly. We welcome you in on this St. Patrick's Day, but UME Prep, after losing their first 6 games of the year, they've now won 8 straight games, in Fort Worth Christian entering with a 16-3-1 record on the season. They have won 5 games in a row. I am Will Connerly, the entire crew with us here. We've got Tanner, we've got Tim Polster as well, our producer and technical director, and Trey Bell, our executive producer as well, here on our Cardinal Baseball Live broadcasts here on Tradio. The umpires at home plate. We've got 3 members of the crew this evening, UME Prep and Fort Worth Christian. First pitch scheduled for 7 o'clock. Jacob Pegg will be starting on the mound for the Cardinals. During this pregame show, we will have a head coach interview with our man Rusty Greer coming up in our next segment. But right now, we're going to look at the matchup between these two sides, the Cardinals and UME Prep. You look at the overall record difference, Fort Worth Christian 16-3-1. They have won, as we've mentioned, 5 consecutive games, and they get to play another one here at Keck Field before having a pair of games coming up at the end of the week in district play against Southwest Christian School. One here at Keck Field, one there on the road. However, they're 16-3-1. Ever since that tie, they've now won 5 in a row. They have a plus 69 run differential, hitting .314 as a team, and their team ERA at .337 across 115 innings pitched. And we mentioned the Eagles of UME Prep, 8-6 on the year. They have a plus 36 run differential, pretty impressive for them. They're hitting above 300 as a team, and they have a 4.28 team ERA across 75 and 2/3 innings. It's an interesting roster that features a couple of 8th graders as well, and their starting lineup. We'll get into that in just a couple of moments, but the interesting component of that run differential, a lot of that damage has been done as of late for the Eagles. They're coming off a 21-0 victory against Trinity Leadership, and then they had a 10-0 victory a couple of games before that. They've outscored their opponents by 32 runs over the last 3 games, so that makes up the recent form for a lot of the run differential for the Mark Garcia-led UME Prep Eagles. We continue to look at some of our graphics here on the pregame show, Fort Worth Christian and UME Prep, and we take a glance now at the Cardinals' district standings. We kind of teased it a moment ago, district standings, and 3 teams starting 2-0, 3 teams starting 0-2. It was Fort Worth Christian that handed the Mustangs of Midland Christian a pair of losses. Meanwhile, Southwest Christian, that's who the Cardinals will play, the state finalist and district champion from a year ago, coming up on Thursday and Friday, a colossal matchup there at the end of the week. And then Lubbock Trinity Christian, a 2-0 mark for them to begin things, as the Cardinals will have to head out to Lubbock for district action here in a couple of weeks. So that's a glance at the district. We'll continue to monitor that closely as the season progresses, but that is what it looks like right now within this district, and some important games coming up at the tail end of this week for the Cardinals. We'll tell you about who the pitcher is for Fort Worth Christian as well right now, Jacob Pegg, as we mentioned, for Fort Worth Christian, getting the start, 13 2/3 on the year for him. 8 hits and 5 earned across 4 games. He has 11 strikeouts. The whip at 117 for the right-handed junior, Jacob Pegg, getting the opportunity this evening. Another start for him, and he'll try to build upon what he did last time out. Jacob Pegg making his 4th start of the year, and it is his 5th overall appearance, so mainly has been used as a starter for Rusty Greer, and He had his best outing of the year last time out. That was against Tisa. 5 innings of action for him. He picked up the victory as well, only allowed 2 hits and 1 earned run, and also picked up a season-high 7 strikeouts. 7 of his 11 on the year came last time out. So Jacob Pegg, whose ERA is down to 2.50 on the year after his 5 innings of 1-run ball against Tisa last time out. He will try to build upon that. He went 77 pitches in that outing. We'll step aside. We'll hear from the head coach and then come back for first pitch on Cardinal Baseball Live here on Tradio.
Fort Worth Christian School is Christ-centered, college preparatory school where every student is known, loved, and valued. At FWC, students are challenged to pursue excellence in the classroom, in competition, and in their faith, all while being equipped with a strong biblical worldview. From standout academics and championship athletics to award-winning fine arts and a vibrant student community, Fort Worth Christian is preparing tomorrow's leaders today. We invite you to discover the difference for your family. Visit fwc.org to learn more, schedule a personal tour, and experience Fort Worth Christian for yourself.
Thank you so much for joining the game with us today. We hope you are enjoying this presentation of Cardinal Baseball Live on Tradio. We have a target of 20,000 channel subscribers before the end of this spring. We need your help to reach that goal. So please hit the subscribe button and the like button, and pick a friend or family member to whom you can share the game. We are happy you are watching and hope you consider becoming a member for access to different member-only content.
Back with you on Cardinal Baseball Live on Tradio. Joined alongside the head coach, Rusty Greer. Coach, thanks for taking the time. Your team starts off district play, getting the sweep over Midland Christian. You've got some non-district action tonight, but reflect on how your team was able to start 2-0 in district play.
Oh, I think we did a couple of things well. I thought we pitched well, and then I thought we defended well. And when you do those two things, you give yourself a chance every game. In game one, I think we had 3 hits, but I think we swung the bats better than 3 hits. We had 5 or 6 balls that were hit on the button, so I wasn't concerned about that. In game 2, we came out and we swung the bats and found some holes and wound up with 13 or 14 hits. The one thing that I did like about both games was we talk all the time about finishing games and about playing 7 innings with intent and focus, and I think that they did that in both those games, Friday and Saturday. They finished the game. The intent, the focus was there for 7 innings, and when you do that, again, you give yourself a chance to win.
And you're also getting ready to continue district action later on this week. I know for the matchup tonight, though, wanted to focus on that first. What do you know about the squad you're going up against this evening, Coach?
UME Prep, they're going to be a solid club. The good part about where we are with our district is I get to schedule midweek games, and it keeps us playing. And so this is one of those midweek games that you get some guys some at bats that may not get in the lineup all the time, keep them a little bit fresh. We played these guys last year. We won the games last year. So hopefully we can continue on with what we're doing and use Friday, Saturday as a stepping stone into this game and keep that upward trend going.
Has there been any big surprises to you now that we're getting into district play? Did any players stand out to you or surprise you the most through non-district action and then the first couple district games?
Well, I think the big ticket in the his last 2 starts for sure has been Greg Smeds. He's been pretty good. He's been able to locate his fastball, but he's had his changeup, and he's been able to mix a breaking ball in from time to time. And when your starting pitching can go, 5 2/3 or 6 innings, that really is a good thing for the whole squad. I think offensively, as a unit, we've been swinging the bats pretty good. Obviously, our shortstop's been playing well. Second baseman's been playing well. Center fielder's coming around. Our catcher's beginning to show some signs of doing what he can do with the bat. But I think that as a unit, we've been playing well defensively. Smeds is on the mound. We've had a couple of good starts out of David Salas. Blaine McDonald on the back end has been solid. And I think when you combine all that, that gives you the opportunity to string some, no innings together, but some wins together.
And within district action, you got some big games coming up. I know that we're going to talk with you later on this week as well, but just to get ready for a Southwest Christian team coming up at the end of this week. They also started 2-0 in the champions within the district a year ago. How big is it going to be on Thursday and Friday in those games?
Well, there's no question that these games, all these games mean something. That's what we try to. I really try to hammer home the fact that just because it's a district game doesn't mean the game is any less important or any more important than our game tonight on Tuesday. We go out there and the scoreboard shouldn't matter. The opponent shouldn't matter. Go out and you play 7 innings with intent and with focus. And yes, while the district games are your pathway to the playoffs, it should not matter who that opponent is. And if you approach the game from that manner, it begins to take the emotion out of it. When I can take emotion out of games, now I can perform at my top end level, and just do my job. And if we all do our jobs, then we got a chance to win. So I'm really going to try to hammer home to them that yes, while this is a district game, and yes, it's Southwest Christian, it's no more important than our game tonight against UME Prep.
That's fantastic. Well, Coach, thanks so much for taking the time. Always enjoyed talking with you. Best of luck tonight, and we'll talk again with you soon.
Let's pray. Father God, we thank you for this wonderful day that you blessed us with. Father, we give you all glory, honor, and praise for every day that you bless us with. Father, help us to give you honor and glory through everything that we say and do throughout this day. Father, we thank you for this great game, and we thank you for both of these teams. We thank you for all the abilities that you bless them with. And Father, we thank you for their coaches and their parents who have poured into them to get them to this point. Father, we pray for a wonderful game and a wonderful night here in the ballpark. Please keep everybody safe and be with everybody as they go home later. Father, we love you and we thank you for your son Jesus, in whose name we pray. Amen.
We're back with you on Cardinal Baseball Live here on Tradio. Excited for baseball this evening at Keck Horton Field in North Richland Hills. Let's look at the starting lineup for the Cardinals. In the infield, Jake Parkerson at third, Grady Emerson at short, Griffin Carney at second, Andrew Ridgel at first base. And in the outfield for the Cardinals, Jackson Purdue getting his first start of the year in left, Braylon James in center, Jackson Castleberry in right. Jacob Pegg is on the mound working with catcher Harry Alsop, and the designated hitter is Blaine McDonald. For the Eagles, their lineup goes as follows. Mason McCoy, the junior, leads off, playing at third base. Adrian Carrillo hits second and left. Josiah Mejia, the shortstop in the 3-hole. Juan Gomez in the cleanup spot, playing right. Vince Valdez, the pitcher, hits fifth, hitting sixth. Max Mannix, the center fielder. Ethan Juarez, the catcher, hitting seventh. Joe Sanchez in the 8-hole at first base, and Trenton Smedima is the 9-hitter, playing second base. It'll be Valdez on the other side of the line, score in the bottom of the first. But to start off this game, it's Jacob Pegg for Fort Worth Christian. 13 2/3, as we mentioned, had his best outing of the season last time out, going 5 innings with 7 strikeouts against Thesa, and he'll try to pick up another midweek non-district victory this evening. Keys to the game: be ready for strikes if you're Fort Worth Christian. This is a UME prep squad that has built some confidence, filling up the zone. They've won 8 games in a row. Continue to play great defense behind Jacob Pegg and exploit some of that speed on the base paths. This is a Cardinal team that has run rampant under head coach Rusty Greer here this season. 79 stolen bases to be exact for the squad, and we're about to get underway as Jacob Pegg set to deliver his first offering here to the leadoff man, Mason McCoy. And it's slowing outside, 1-0 count. McCoy, the third baseman, a junior, hitting .389 on the season. He's been one of the most outstanding batters at the plate for the Eagles this year, coming off an effort where they scored 20 runs. And Pegg, blowing outside, 2 balls and no strikes. Jacob Pegg.
Go 1-3.
13 2/3 on the year. This is his 5th outing, 4th start. He's 2-1. He's walked 8 batters in 13 2/3, and in jeopardy of walking the first now, falling behind 3-0 in the count. 11 strikeouts and 8 walks. Again, 7 of his punch-outs came last time out. And a 4-pitch free pass that he issues to begin this ball game. Mason McCoy getting aboard as the junior takes a 4-pitch walk. The Eagles come in with an 8-6 record. Fort Worth Christian, they've won 5 in a row. They're 16-3-1. Began district play last week, picking up a pair of victories against Midland Christian. And now Adrian Carrillo takes a hack on the first one, fouls it back after 4 straight balls. It's Pegg who gets ahead in the count. Carrillo hitting .240 on the year, playing left field. And a 0-1 count upcoming from Pegg. And Pegg gets in the zone. It's an 0-2 count. No balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out, 1 on after the leadoff walk. Up and in. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Softly tapped, the catcher Harry Alsop goes to grab it, but a foul ball keeps it at a 1-2 count. Two balls and 2 strikes to the left fielder. A .240 mark on the season.
Go Pegg.
Runner at first is McCoy. And that's hit into center. It's down. Runners now on first and second. Back-to-back base runners aboard for the Eagles here in the top of the first inning. That'll bring Josiah Mejia Up to the dish. Opportunity here for the Eagles with runners on first and second. And nobody out to begin this ball game. And Pegg spikes it. Runners go off. Allsup throws down to third, but it won't be in time. So not only is it a 1-0 count to the 3-hole, Josiah Mejia, the senior shortstop who's hitting .355 on the season, he'll get to do it with a hitter-friendly count. And runners on second and third with nobody out. Pegg kicks and delivers. That gets behind Allsup. Runner coming home and diving in safely is Mason McCoy. It's a 1-0 lead for the Eagles, and now a 2-0 count here to Josiah Mejia with a runner at third base. So John Hampton, the pitching coach, will take a visit to talk with Jacob Pegg. Began his outing walking Mason McCoy on 4 straight pitches, and he comes around to score. Gets to second on a single by Adrian Carrillo. A 2-strike single by the 8th grader, and then the senior Josiah Mejia up to the plate. And a ball that scoots away from Jacob Pegg out of the reach of the catcher, Harry Allsup. Allows a runner to score, and we've got a 1-0 ball game. After the wild pitch from Jacob Pegg allows a run to score, and he tries to work out of some trouble. The Eagles, as we mentioned, 8 wins on the season against 6 losses, but they began the season with 6 consecutive losses. UME prep out of Dallas, Texas.
Go, Jacob.
They jump out in front first. And a 2-0 count here to Mejia. And that gets away from Allsup. 3 balls, no strikes. Runner on third is Carrillo, who had the single with 2 strikes to center. A 3-0 count. So after Pegg walked McCoy on 4 straight, and he comes around to score on a wild pitch. He walks another batter on 4 straight. So 2 walks for Pegg here on the top of the first. Out of the first 3 he's faced, and they'll bring the cleanup man, Juan Gomez, to the plate with runners on first and third and nobody out. So Pegg getting the signs from Allsup. He kicks and delivers, and it's scooped by Allsup to keep it in front and perhaps keep it at just a 1-run game.
Come on, Jacob.
Swing and a miss. A ball and a strike is the count.
Go, Jacob.
A 1-2 count here to Gomez with runners on first and third. And he fouls it back. Keeps it at a 1-2 count. Gomez, the junior right fielder, hitting .333 on the season. And the 1-2. Make it a 2-2 count now, with 2 aboard after McCoy walks on 4 straight and scores on a wild pitch to begin the game. Rio at third after the 2-strike single to center. Mejia at first after the 4-pitch walk. And it's Gomez at the plate, a swing and a miss. And so the first out of the inning comes on a strikeout as Peg goes above the zone. Gomez goes chasing, and there's 1 out. Vince Valdez now. Will step in with runners on the corners and 1 out. Peg taking a check at first.
Yo.
Swing and a miss for Valdez. Runners on first and third with 1 out. Top of the first, the Eagles have struck first. A leadoff walk coming around to score on a wild pitch. As Peg misses outside. 5 strong innings of work last time out for Jacob Peg. Dealing with some adversity here in the top of the first inning.
There we go.
It's a swing and a miss there, and now a 1-2 count. To the junior, 5th place hitter in the order for the Eagles, Vince Valdez. A 1-2 count. And it's fouled straight back. Valdez getting a piece of it. It was on March 10th, exactly 1 week ago, last Tuesday night, when Peg worked 5 innings, got the win, and just surrendered 1 earned run. Only walked 1 batter in that outing as well. Gets a swing and a miss.
Peg.
There for strike 3, so now there's 2 outs, back-to-back strikeouts for Peg after walking 2 of the first 3 that he faced.
Number 20, Max Mannix.
And it'll bring up Max Mannix, the center fielder. And Peg throws the first outside the zone. Another swing and a miss. Peg getting some of those here in the first inning. He has in back-to-back at-bats for strikeouts and gets 1 there to even the count. Had a ball and a strike here with 2 out and 2 on. Peg working quickly. Another swing and a miss. Runner is off, and now there's a rundown throw to the plate. Also makes the tag and cut down at the plate. To retire the side is Carrillo.
You good, Peg?
So a runner stranded out there, and the Cardinals able to get out of it as we take another look. Runners on the corners, 2 strikes and 2 outs, and the throw home. Tag applied by Harry Elsop, and that'll retire the side. But it's the Eagles who strike first. They're on top by a run as the Cardinals come to the plate in the home half of the first inning when we come back.
It's the big time. Can you feel those bright lights? Everything is yours tonight. It's on tonight.
now for the Cardinals, the second baseman, number 27, Griffin Carney.
Go, Griff.
So Griffin Carney leading things off here in the bottom of the first inning. A 1-0 score. Griffin Carney, Grady Emerson, and Braylon James due up for Fort Worth Christian. A ball and a strike here to Griffin Carney. Vince Valdez on the hill for the Eagles. Working with a 1-0 lead. And a 2-1 count now here to the leadoff man, Griffin Carney. Carney hitting a pretty impressive .345 on the year for the Cardinals leadoff man. 19 hits, third most on the team. And he watches outside. 3 balls and a strike to the Cardinals senior second baseman. And Carney turns on this and gives it a ride toward left center field. It continues to carry, gathered by Mannix in center, but not before Carney has a leadoff double here in the bottom of the first inning. Griffin Carney showing the extra base hit ability. It's his 4th extra base hit of the year. Now 2 doubles and 2 triples for the speedy leadoff man. He got to second in no time. And a pretty 3-1 pitch that he belts out to left, out of the reach of Mannix and Carrillo, who's tracking for it. And that will put a runner in scoring position here for Grady Emerson. Emerson with a team best 23 runs driven in. And he watches for strike 1.
OG.
1 ball, 1 strike here to Grady Emerson. Carney is off. Emerson watches. Throw down to third. Griffin Carney is out trying to take third base. And so that wipes the leadoff double off the base paths. And Emerson now hitting with a 1-2 count. We take another look. Griffin Carney diving into third base. Tag applied by McCoy just before his right arm could get into the bag for the first out. And now a 2-2 count to the senior shortstop, Grady Emerson. And he watches inside. Through 20 games, Emerson has drawn 19 walks. He's been on base in every game this year. And make it 21 straight games on the base paths for Grady Emerson, either via walk, hit by pitch, or single.
The center fielder,
base hit, we should say.
Braylon
Plenty of extra base
James.
hits for the senior shortstop. Has 24 hits on the year to lead the team as well, but he's aboard at first with 1 out now for Braylon James. So the leadoff double turning into a caught stealing out at third base by Griffin Carney. Carney, a big candidate to swipe bags. He leads the team with 20 stolen bases in 20 games played, so averaging 1 stolen base per game. But he's caught for just the 4th time this season. 20 successful steals, but now 4 times being caught. And the man at first, Grady Emerson, as Braylon James watches for ball 1. Another prime candidate to motor around the base paths. He has 17 stolen bases, and he's yet to be caught as James watches low. A 2-0 count now to the senior center fielder, Braylon James. James also very speedy, 3rd on the team with 16 swipe bags. He's hitting .296 on the year. Check back at Emerson. One thing that makes him such a great prospect is he's got all the tools, smooth in the field, power at the plate, and he has the legs. He's showing them here, running to second. He slides in safely. And so the Cardinals successfully steal a bag as James watches ball 3. Trying to get a look at the jump that Grady Emerson had. It was so good we could barely show it to you. As he was darting to second in no time. Braylon James swinging on 3-0, and it's a double play. 6-4 on a lineout. Braylon James hit it on the screws right at the shortstop, Josiah Mejia. And just like that, the side is retired. An inning-ending double play. A 3-0 green light for Braylon James. Slices it to the opposite field. But it's Mejia who flips it off to Smadima, and that will retire the side on the double play. Eagles up by 1-1. We're off to the second here from Keck Horton Field. Max Mannix leading things off here in the top of the second inning, 1-0 score. Cardinals seem to be in business after a leadoff double by Griffin Carney. But he's caught stealing, trying to take third base. Making the first out at third. One of those Cardinal rules. A runner should never make the first or third out of an inning at third base. But Rusty Greer's aggressive mindset, it's paid off more than it's hurt the Cardinals this year. We can say that with a high degree of certainty. They run rampant. If you haven't been following Fort Worth Christian this year, something we talked about in our keys to the game earlier, as Peg on the 0-1, it's grounded to Grady Emerson, and there's one out here in the top of the second inning. The one thing we've talked a lot about with this Fort Worth Christian team is they steal bases at an extremely high clip as we get to see the smooth fielding of Grady Emerson here. He comes up to gather, gets rid of it quickly across the diamond, and plenty of time to retire the center fielder, Max Mannix. A .385 hitter goes down on an 0-1 ground out to begin the frame, and Jacob Peg, now a first pitch, grounded to Jake Parkerson. And the left side of the infield handling ground balls with success to begin this top of the second. Exactly what Jacob Peg needed after issuing a pair of walks in the first inning.
Joe Sanchez.
But just to wrap up the thought on the stolen bases, it won't be the final time we bring it up tonight, but 79 stolen bases on the year for Fort Worth Christian through 20 games. That gives you an idea that they're going to be aggressive, and they're going to be aggressive no matter the count, no matter the situation of outs. And it's really paid off because they're swiping bags well above a 90% clip. 79 swiped bags. They've only been caught 7 times heading into tonight. And add a tally to each of those totals as well. Emerson had a stolen base in the first inning, and Carney was caught. But 80 stolen bases compared to being caught just 8 times. I think you'll say those numbers play if you're the Cardinals, as it's popped up by Joe Sanchez. A 2-ball, 1-strike count here to the Eagles' first baseman, hitting with 2 out, nobody on. The senior, a .226 hitter on the year. As Peg comes set and delivers the 2-1, and it plunks the first baseman. So a hit by pitch allows a runner to reach, extending things here on the top of the second.
The second baseman, number 9, Prince Medina.
Trent Smedema up to the plate, a swing and a miss on the first offering from Jacob Pegg. With Sanchez now at first base, and that ball lifted towards right field. Castleberry giving some chase, but it's in foul territory. 0-2 count. Chilly evening for baseball, 61 degrees here in North Richland Hills. Feels like 53. Some windy conditions at times as well throughout the day as Pegg misses. Oh, no, he doesn't miss. In for a strike, and the Fort Worth Christian get a looking strikeout to retire the side. We go to the bottom of the second. It's a 1-0 score. Back to action here for Cardinal Baseball Live on Tradio. 1-0 score in favor of the Eagles of
number 11,
UME.
Jackson Castleberry.
The ones.
Jackson Castleberry leading things off for the Cardinals. And a ball as Vince Valdez begins his second inning of work. First two miss outside the zone here to Castleberry.
Look.
And a 3-0 count to the cleanup man for Fort Worth Christian.
The ones.
A .333 hitter on the season. And 3-0 swinging. And he smokes it to left. Continuing the trend of aggression, Jackson Castleberry squares one up to the left side. Leadoff single to begin the bottom of the second. Jackson Castleberry. Now 12 hits and 34 at-bats for the UT Arlington commit. Hitting .352 on the season. Continues to see the batting average climb. He has been fantastic. Missed about 5 games, a couple of weeks into the season. But he has been excellent as the cleanup man for the Cardinals. And that ball scooting away from Juarez, the backstop. A ball here to Jake Parkerson. And Castleberry easily taking second. Castleberry now has a hit in 4 of the last 5 games, stands at second now with nobody out in a 1-0 count to Jake Parkerson. Parkerson, a senior third baseman, second best batting average on the team, hitting .457, getting on base 54% of the time. OPS north of 1,000. He's got 21 hits. That's second most on the team, only to Grady Emerson. And he's also got 4 doubles and tied for second most on the team in RBIs with 16 of them. And Parkerson with an RBI chance with the Cardinals down by a run after a leadoff walk came around to score in the first for the Eagles. Parkerson taking for a strike. Parkerson, a big day last time out against Midland Christian. It was a hitting parade for the Cardinals, and he had 3 of them, all singles in his 3-for-4 day. Grounded left side, Castleberry trying to take third, dives in, and he has gunned down at third base. So the Cardinals, for the second consecutive inning, making the first out at third. A runner does get aboard in Jake Parkerson on the ground ball to the left side.
Hitter,
But
20,
Mason
Blaine
McCoy, the third
McDonald.
baseman, applies the tag at third to record the first out. In consecutive innings, did the same as Griffin Carney, led off the first inning with a double for the Cardinals and was caught stealing, trying to take third. And now it brings Blaine McDonald to the plate after Parkerson reaches on the fielder's choice. Couple of checks on Parkerson. McDonald, he's driven in 13 runs this season, 4th most on the team. Hitting .233 through 18 games and watches for a strike. There from Valdez. So 2 balls and a strike here to the Cardinals' junior designated hitter, Blaine McDonald. Goes down to get one, gets under it in foul territory, gets out of play. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to McDonald. He rode a 4-game hit streak into district play last week, but ended up going 0 for 4 in the 2 district games against Midland Christian. Trying to get right back to it. Sees that go behind him, allows Parkerson to trot into second base and brings it to a full count here to Blaine McDonald. That's ball 4 to Blaine McDonald. Runners now on first and second with just 1 out.
The first baseman, number 9, Andrew Ridgel.
First and second, 1 out for Andrew Ridgel. Blowing out on the first one to Ridgel, the senior first baseman. Had a quick chat with him after the last Cardinals game because it was a victory for the Cardinals. And not only that, after victories here at Keck Field, have our player of the game interviews. Well, he was the player of the game. He watches for a strike, and you may be wondering why he was the player of the game. Well, it's because he had a 3-hit effort. They made it a tough decision, though, because many Cardinals had big days at the plate. Grady Emerson had a home run. He also walked us off because of the mercy rule, extending the Cardinals' advantage to 10 runs. But Andrew Ridgel, who's hitting .371 on the year, swings through that offering from Vince Valdez to make it a 2-ball, 2-strike count.
You're good, 9. Come on.
Ridgel's average .371, pretty impressive out of the bottom of the order spot. He watches low, hitting 7th in the Cardinals lineup today, playing first base for a second straight game. See him out in left field quite a bit as well. Went 3 for 4 with 2 runs driven in, along with a run scored in the Cardinals' victory over Midland Christian.
Let's go, Ridge.
Last Friday, Ridgel with 13 hits and 35 at-bats. Batting average .371, OPS north of 1,000. He pulls this foul to keep it at a full count. So 2 out on the base paths for Ridgel. And he's well out in front.
Go 9.
Andrew Ridgel watches for ball 4. And now the bases are loaded for the Cardinals. And what a spot to have your first opportunity of the season.
Jackson Purdue.
Welcome Jackson Purdue to the Cardinals batting order. Jackson Purdue getting his first at-bat of the season. And, well, he doesn't get to do anything except stand in there and get plunked to tie the ball game at 1.
The catcher.
And so Jackson Purdue, first start of the year, first at-bat of the year, and the first pitch he sees, he gets plunked to now tie us at 1. That'll bring Harry Alsup up to the plate. Another Cardinal who has not got a ton of work on the year. Only 2 at-bats on the season for the Cardinals. Senior catcher after the senior left fielder, Jackson Purdue, is able to drive in a run and tie us up after being hit. And quickly, now a 3-0 count here to Harry Alsup. He's only played in 2 games this year. His 3rd game he's appeared in this season, coming tonight. And 3-0, he is swinging. Makes it a 3-1 count. But just 0 for 2 on the year now for Alsup. His 3rd AB of the season, 2nd time he's had a chance to start, and he grounds it to Mejia at short. Flips it on to second, not in time to first though, and it allows Blaine McDonald to come across and score, making it a 2-1 Fort Worth Christian lead, and runners still on the corners now with 2 outs.
Griffin Carney.
And it brings us back to the top of the order, and the man who led off the bottom of the first inning with a double, Griffin Carney.
Courtesy running at first base, number 24, Jacob Ward.
Jacob Ward will courtesy run for the catcher, Harry Alsup, who reaches on the 6'4 fielder's choice. But a 2-1 lead now for the Cardinals. Andrew Ridgel, the runner, at 3rd. And after Harry Alsup reaches, it's Jacob Ward running for him at first base. And Griffin Carney up at the plate. Hits another one well to left field, and that's down in the gap. Ridgel comes across to score, making it a 3-1 lead for the Cardinals, and Griffin Carney produces an RBI to extend the lead to 3-1 for Fort Worth Christian.
The shortstop, number 2,
Carney
Grady
ambushing
Emerson.
the first pitch out into left. Carrillo and Maddox, the left and center fielder, right in between them in the left center field gap, and they throw that in to the cutoff man, but not until Griffin Carney gets to second. So 2 in scoring position for Grady Emerson. He takes a hack at the first.
You too.
And misses an 0-1 count. Ward, the runner at third, Carney at second after the double, and Grady Emerson smokes this at Sanchez, the first baseman, a race to the bag, and they can't get there in time. Jacob Ward coming across to score, and the Cardinals extend their lead up 4-1 now. As Grady Emerson, after swinging and missing on the first one, didn't miss that one, but right at Joe Sanchez, knocked it down. And Emerson with good speed up the line, able to get there before the pitcher, Vince Valdez. And it makes it a 4-1 advantage for Fort Worth Christian. Runners on first and third. Here with 2 outs, a 3-run lead. Tough on what you're going to rule that one, but it'll go down as a single for Grady Emerson, according to the game changer for the Cardinals. So Emerson at first base, Carney at third. And the 3-hole Braylon James at the plate. And Griffin Carney will come across to score. So the Cardinals now ahead 5-1. After the first pitch from Vince Valdez to Braylon James, gets behind the catcher Ethan Juarez. And so James will try to continue the line here in the bottom of the second.
Good
It misses outside, 2-0 count. Three balls, no strikes here to Braylon James. Watches for a strike. Braylon James hit a ball pretty hard his first time up, but it was right at the shortstop, Josiah Mejia. And the line drive actually resulted in an inning-ending double play as they doubled up. Grady Emerson, the runner at second. He stands at second once again with Braylon James at the plate, but this time with 2 outs. And now a 3-ball, 2-strike count with 2 down, 5 already across in the inning for the Cardinals. And the pitch to James. He fouls it away.
Win fight.
James grounds it to the right side. Sanchez a flip onto first, and it's there in time. A 3-1 ground out to the right side ends the threat, but not before the Cardinals take a 4-run lead as we go to the top of the third here on Tradio. Griffin Carney smoking one, his second double of the evening, resulting in more runs for the Cardinals.
Third baseman number 4, Mason McCoy.
back to action here in the top of the third inning. Jacob Pegg fires one past the leadoff man, Mason McCoy. Hitting for a second time this evening. And he pops one up right side. Jackson Castleberry in shallow right field makes the grab. And there's one out. Mason McCoy, the junior's retired, one of the top hitters for the Eagles, a team that has won 8 consecutive games after losing 6 straight out of the gates here in 2026. Coming in, Mark Garcia's team with an 8-6 record. But the Eagles leadoff man, who represents the lone run this evening for UME Prep, flies out to right, a little pop-up to right to begin this top of the third inning, and a ball now to Adrian Carrillo. The 2-hole had a single to center with 2 strikes in the first inning. He fouls one away. Ball and a strike the count. Carrillo, the left fielder, listed as an 8th grader, hitting .240 on the year. Second in this order for UME Prep. It had the single to center in the top of the third inning. And Pegg can't hit the spot low and in. Pegg kicks, steals, and that's popped up right side in foul territory. Andrew Ridgel is tracking for it, but it hits on top of the dugout and goes out of play. So still life for Carrillo. .240 hitter on the year for the 8th grader. A couple of 8th graders in the starting lineup. Ethan Moore as the catcher as well for UME Prep. And the 2-2 for the foul ball.
Let's go, Peg.
So back-to-back balls, a free pass issued to Adrian Carrillo. And so he's been on twice now. Jacob Pegg issuing the free pass. Having the chance now to toe the rubber with a 4-run lead.
11,
he has been bit by the bug of the walks here. And it'll bring up Josiah Mejia. And Pegg falling behind here to the shortstop, who walked his first time up. Now 3 walks issued by Jacob Pegg.
Go, Jacob.
And he falls behind a 2-0 count now to Josiah Mejia. Through 2 1/3, 3 strikeouts, but 3 walks for the junior right-hander Jacob Pegg. And the first 3 outside the zone here to Josiah Mejia. Senior hitting .355 on the year, the shortstop.
Breathe here, come on.
Drawing a walk his last time up. A chance to do it again. Ahead 3-0 in the count. We'll see if they have that same aggression the Cardinals do at the plate on 3-0. And not on that occasion, a 3-ball, 1-strike count. Just 1 hit allowed by Pegg.
There you go. Let's go, Peg.
Mejia Tardy.
1 more, come on.
On the heat upstairs to make it a 3-2 count. The lone hit came from Adrian Carrillo, the runner, now at first base. He singled in the first, walked here in the third, has the lone hit today. And that is right at Carney for the second out, keeping Carrillo put at first.
The right fielder, number 12, Juan Gomez.
That'll bring up Juan Gomez. He struck out swinging And that is when Pegg started to find his rhythm. He walked 2 of the first 3 batters he saw this evening, but then was able to get back-to-back strikeouts to end the first inning. That ball lifted toward left field. Back on it, Jackson Purdue makes the grab. So the man making his first start of the year, who was hit to give the Cardinals a run, is able to grab that out and left. Jackson Purdue to retire the side in the top of the 3rd. We go to the home half. Cardinals up by 4. They look for more next here on Tradio.
They call it the big time.
Leading off for the Cardinals, their right fielder, number 11, Jackson Castleberry.
Jackson Castleberry leading things off for Fort Worth Christian here in the bottom of the 3rd. A 5-1 lead for the Cardinals. New arm into the game. It's Mason McCoy, who started at 3rd and after 2 innings of action moves over to the rubber. It was Vince Valdez who began the game on the mound. He ends up going 2 innings, allowing 4 hits and 5 runs. He walks 3. Doesn't record a strikeout. He moves over to 3rd, switching spots with McCoy, who started at the hot corner. And now it brings Jackson Castleberry up to the plate, and he leads off the inning with a walk. So the Cardinals' cleanup man has been aboard twice. He had a single to lead off the second
The third
inning.
baseman, number 7, Jake Parkerson.
And takes a walk. Begin the 3rd inning, he'll bring up Jake Parkerson.
Go, Jake.
The senior. He came around to score, reaching on a fielder's choice in the 2nd. But hitting for the 2nd time in as many innings as the Cardinals sent 9 to the plate in that 5-run bottom of the 2nd inning. It was the Eagles who struck first in this game, a 4-pitch walk, coming across to score on a wild pitch, having a 1-0 lead after an inning and a half. As Parkerson grounds this to the left side, and Valdez grabs it in foul territory. So just a foul ball now in a 1-2 count. Here to Jake Parkerson.
Go, Jake.
Go 7.
Couple of checks on the speedy Castleberry at first. Jackson Castleberry, a candidate to run for sure. He's taken 13 bags on the year. As Parkerson, who's 0 for 1 this evening, watches to make it a 2-2 count. And now it's a full count to Parkerson. Parkerson, OPS north of 1,100, slugging above 600 on the year, with a lofty 457 batting average through 20 games. He grounds it through the left side. It was stopped by Mejia on a brilliant diving effort to keep it on the infield. But it'll go down as a diving infield single. And there for
The designated hitter, number 20, Blaine McDonald.
It'll bring Blaine McDonald to the plate with 2 on, nobody out, as the Cardinals look to add on here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. That is laced into center field and down. Jackson Castleberry will be waved home. It's extra bases for Blaine McDonald. Here comes Jake Parkerson, and the Cardinals extend their lead. They're up 7-1 on a 2 RBI knock there from Blaine McDonald. He gets all the way to 3rd, and Fort Worth Christian now ahead by 6. First pitch from McCoy is absolutely slowed past the reach of the center fielder, Max Mannix. Ultimately going to be ruled a triple as it rolls to the base of the wall. Mannix unable to keep it in front. And Andrew Ridgel, first pitch swinging. Drills this to left, and it gets behind the left fielder. That'll allow Blaine McDonald to walk home, and Ridgel to get all the way to second base. So the Cardinals extend their advantage, now ahead 8-1 here in the bottom of the 3rd. After only 3 hitters came up to the plate in the 1st inning. The 2nd and 3rd have provided fruit for the Cardinals offensively as it just gets over the leaping range of the left fielder.
The left fielder, number 25, Jackson Purdue.
That's Carbajal out and left, and now another left fielder, Jackson Purdue, up to the plate. First pitch he saw this season, he was hit with the bases loaded to allow a run to come across and score. First action of the year for the senior outfielder, Jackson Purdue, hitting 8th in Rusty Greer's order, and now up for a 2nd time after reaching on a hit by pitch. And his first trip to the plate here in the 2026 campaign. Getting an opportunity tonight and now hitting with a 3-0 count. With Ridgel standing at second after a double. And that is pulled right into the Cardinals' dugout. Purdue was ready, perhaps too ready for a 3-1 pitch coming his way. And he's well out in front of it. Another foul ball, again toward the Cardinals' dugout. This one not with as much authority, now a full count. So a single by Parkerson, followed by a triple, then a double. That's extended the lead to 7. An 8-1 advantage for the Cardinals, and the 3rd straight foul ball pulled to the left side by Purdue.
Good eye.
And so Purdue's reached twice now in his first start of the year. Hit by pitch his first trip. 2nd time up, he walks to put runners on 1st and 2nd for Harry Alsop.
0, Harry Alsop.
Harry Alsop also reached the bases And he's had limited at-bats as well, only 2 at-bats coming into the year for Harry Alsop. And he reached on a fielder's choice in his first trip to the plate for the Cardinals catcher. His first pitch swinging here and fouls it away to the right side. An 0-1 count here to Alsop. So Jacob Pegg now getting to work with an 7-run advantage. And he went 5 innings last time out. The Cardinals starter on the hill. He's gone 3 innings, allowed just 1 hit so far. He's had to work around 3 walks, but the Cardinals have given their starter now a 7-run cushion as Alsop hits with the ball to strike the count. And he grounds it to short. Mejia charging on it. Alsop is retired, but he advances runners to second and third. And he does it now for the top of the order here in Griffin Kearney. So Alsop retired on the ground out to short, but a productive at-bat at that.
The second baseman, number 27, Griffin Kearney.
As Mejia fields it nicely over at short. And a couple of nice plays, even one that won't be recorded as an out. Earlier in the inning when he made a diving stop, ultimately was just an infield single for Parkerson, which was followed by a double and a triple. But has some range out there at short, and now Griffin Kearney has already had a day at the plate. A pair of doubles for the Cardinals leadoff man. And so he's been swinging a hot bat. And now a visit to the hill. So this is the first inning of action for the reliever, Mason McCoy, who started the game at third and came in relief of Vince Valdez, who's now at third base. And Griffin Kearney, a pair of doubles for the Cardinals leadoff hitter tonight. Fort Worth Christian, 8 runs on 7 hits so far, and 4 of those have gone for extra bases, 3 doubles and a triple. And Kearney watching for a strike. It's an even count to the senior second baseman. An excellent table setter for Rusty Greer here this season. And he lifts this one out to right center field, and it's down. Griffin Kearney was thinking 2 all the way. Ridgel comes across to score. And here comes another in Jackson Purdue, and the Cardinals add on, now ahead 10-1 as Griffin Kearney notches his 3rd hit of the evening.
The shortstop, number 2, Grady Emerson.
That'll bring Grady Emerson to the dish. Fort Worth Christian. Another dominant offensive effort for the Cardinals here this afternoon, or evening we should say. But a 10-run effort once again as Grady Emerson watches for strike 1. The Cardinals, they scored 13 runs last time out on Saturday against Midland Christian after winning 3-1 against the Mustangs to open up district play last Friday night. And another day where the bats are really going with 8 hits, 3 of them coming from Griffin Kearney, who's now standing on second base. And the second straight game the Cardinals have scored in double digits. As Emerson swings through it, goes chasing low and out, and strikes out for the second out of the inning.
The center fielder, number 17, Braylon James.
So Griffin Kearney, 3 doubles on the evening. He stands at second. Braylon James now comes up with 2 out. The second straight game in double digits for the Cardinals, but also the 3rd time in the last 4 games as Kearney will take third base as McCoy's offering goes to the backstop. It's the 5th time this season the Cardinals have scored 10 or more runs, but the 3rd time in the last 4 games. So the offense really coming around as of late. And they'll certainly want to keep that up as they go up against Southwest Christian School coming up on Thursday. A massive district matchup for the Cardinals as Braylon James takes a big hack, making it a 3-1 count. With a runner at third base in Griffin Carney. He's got 3 doubles on the evening. And James takes ball 4. So runners on the corners now for Jackson Castleberry. After Fort Worth Christian sends 9 batters to the plate.
The right fielder, number 11,
in the
Jackson
5-run bottom of the 2nd. They've now batted around here in another 5-run inning, scoring 5 here in the bottom of the 3rd. And Jackson Castleberry, who led off this inning with a walk, hits for a 2nd time this inning. The 10th batter to come up to the plate here in the bottom of the 3rd inning for the Cardinals, as they've batted around in back-to-back innings after scoring no runs in the first, 5 in the 2nd, 5 more here in the 3rd. And runners on the corners for the cleanup man, Jackson Castleberry. And Castleberry gives it a ride toward left center field, chasing forward is Mannix, and he'll make the grab on the move to retire the side. Now before Fort Worth Christian scores 5, Griffin Carney 3 for 3 with 3 doubles on the evening. And the Cardinals ahead by 9 as we go to the 4th here on Tradio.
Leading off for the Eagles, the third baseman, number 23, Vince Valdez.
New arm into the game, Fred Hall for Fort Worth Christian coming in relief, the senior right-hander facing Valdez, and he grounds one to third. And there's one out, 1 pitch, 1 out of the bullpen for Fred Hall. And with a 9-run lead, Rusty Greer going to the Cardinals bullpen. And Fred Hall beginning his relief outing.
The center fielder, number 20,
with the ground ball
Max
to the
Mann.
third baseman, Jake Parkerson, Andrew Ridgel making the stretch. And it brings Max Mannix to the plate. And he watches the first for a strike. And so Griffin Carney, a big storyline in this game tonight. He has certainly been impressive, as many of the Cardinals have, during a 10-1 lead right now in the top of the 4th inning. but not always how your night starts. The night started with Griffin Carney getting called out at third, albeit after a leadoff double. He was trying to steal third base. He was called out for the first out in the bottom of the first inning, where the Cardinals were held off the scoreboard. However, he's come up to the plate his next two trips and doubled as well. It's fouled away to the right side. So the Cardinals senior second baseman, an all-state selection a year ago, and man who's continued to produce at the plate here this season for Fort Worth Christian. 3 for 3, 3 doubles and 3 RBIs for the Cardinals leadoff man as Fred Hall coming in relief here in the fourth after 3 innings of action from Jacob Pegg. With the punch out, now there's 2 down as he gets Mannix swinging. This is just the 5th appearance of the season for the senior righty Fred Hall, but he hasn't pitched in a while. His last time out was against Saxe. That was on the 27th of February. So it's been about 2.5 weeks since Fred Hall has pitched for the Cardinals in game action when he threw an inning against Saxe. Just allowed a hit, no runs in that outing. And through now 6 innings of work this season, counting his 2 outs tonight, as he came in with 5 1/3 worked across 4 appearances on the year, all out of the bullpen. He has yet to surrender an earned run. Did allow 2 runs, both unearned in his first outing of the year. As that's hit toward right field, but right at Jackson Castleberry. And so Fred Hall has a speedy 9-pitch inning, and the Cardinals will go right back to work at the plate, ahead 10-1 here on Tradio as we go to the bottom of the 4th. Jake Parkerson leading things off for Fort Worth Christian. And he pops up the 1-0 right side. And it'll get out of play, a ball and a strike here to the Cardinals' third baseman, the senior, 1 for 2 here this evening. After Fred Hall has a speedy 9-pitch top of the 4th inning in his first inning of relief after Jacob Pegg works 3 innings. Allows just 1 hit and 1 run. Worked around 3 walks, 3 strikeouts. And Pegg threw 54 pitches, 30 for strikes. Enter Fred Hall, the senior righty, who has yet to allow an earned run this year. Now in his 5th appearance of the year, just needed a 9-pitch inning to put the Cardinals right back in the dugout and go back to work. They'll see what they could do here. They scored 5 in the 2nd and 5 in the 3rd to build a 10-run lead. And Jake Parkerson hits this one, and the gap is down. Extra bases for Jake Parkerson. He'll be standing on second. A leadoff double, his 2nd hit of the evening. And Jake Parkerson continues to smoke the baseball
The
for
designated
Fort
hitter, number
Christian.
20, Blaine McDonald.
He's 2 for 3 tonight. It's now his 5th double of the year. And that'll bring Blaine McDonald to the plate. That scoots away to the backstop, allowing Parkerson to get to 3rd. So Parkerson's 5 doubles now on the year. That ranks 2nd on the team, tied with Braylon James. Both just one shy now of Grady Emerson, but Griffin Carney, who entered tonight with just 1 double on the year, has now entered that conversation. He's got 3 doubles tonight and 3 at-bats, up to 4 on the year, which is now 3rd best on the team. So McDonald can't connect on the 2-0 offering here from Mason McCoy in his 2nd inning of relief. Runner at 3rd for the Cardinals. McDonald watches there.
Go, Blaine.
3 balls and a strike here to the junior designated hitter. And he watches for ball 4. So runners on the corners with nobody out now for Andrew Ridgel.
The first baseman, number 9, Andrew Ridgel.
And it brings Andrew Ridgel to the plate. And he watches the first outside.
Go, 9.
Parkerson at 3rd, McDonald at 1st, and Ridgel now hitting with 2-0 count. Jake Parkerson, who is 2 for 3 tonight, now 23 for 49 on the year. He's hitting .469 on the season. Just continues to handle the bat with great authority. The .469 average actually surpassing Grady Emerson now for the best batting average on the team. Emerson, no slouch either, entered tonight hitting .462. And he is 1 for 2 tonight. Now 25 of 54 on the season, hitting .462. And that ball 4 to Andrew Ridgel loads up the bases here for Jackson Purdue. So Jackson Purdue making his first start of the year. Actually, it looks like it'll be Jacob Ward who's getting set to hit. So he'll grab a bat and pinch hit for Purdue. Purdue making his first start of the year, though, tonight. His first time he came up with the bases loaded. First pitch he saw, he got plunked. A hit by pitch, allowing a run to score, then walked in his second trip to the plate. So first start of the year for Jackson Purdue, and no official at-bats for him. And now the freshman Jacob Ward will grab a bat and pinch hit for Jacob Purdue. What looks like will happen for Fort Worth Christian as UME Prep makes a call to the bullpen. And Trent Smedima, the man who started the game at second base, will now come in to pitch. With the bases loaded and nobody out here in the bottom of the fourth inning. We teased you earlier on district play for the Cardinals. Big one coming up on Thursday and Friday as the Cardinals take on the reigning district champions, Southwest Christian School, on the road on Thursday, then Friday here at Keck Field, with two teams that swept their opening two games of district play last week. A big, big matchup in district play upcoming Thursday and Friday. And of course, we'll have it for you here live on Radio for both matchups coming up later this week. But right now in non-district action, the Cardinals have scored 10-plus now in 3 of the last 4. I don't know if that's enough for them right now. They look to add on, and a good chance to do it. Reliever into the game, Trent Smedima, watches his first offering go up and out. Here to Jacob Ward, getting his first at-bat of the evening. And he takes for a strike, an even count to the freshman, hitting with the bases loaded. And nobody out here in a 10-1 game. So Cardinals threatening again. After not scoring a run in the first, 5 in the second, 5 in the third, and bases loaded with nobody out here in the fourth inning.
Wait till he's got eyes on you, man.
Jacob.
The 1-1, Jacob Ward skies it toward left. And it gets behind the left fielder. That allows Jake Parkerson to trot home. The Cardinals go station to station. Everybody's safe. And they extend their lead to 11-1. As Carvajal unable to grab that out and left.
The catcher, 0, Harry Alston.
Go down as a single for Jacob Ward, who now stands at first base. And Harry Alsup gets hit on the first pitch he sees, makes it a 12-1 advantage for Fort Worth Christian. McDonald comes across to score. Ridgel to third, Ward to second, Alsup to first.
Griffin Carney.
And only for a limited amount of time as they bring in a courtesy runner.
Courtesy running at first base, number 38,
Hunter Hampton, the courtesy man at first. And UME Prep also making a change in the field as well. They bring in a new left fielder. And they bring Griffin Carney to the plate, who has had a day at Keck Field so far. Can he continue it? 3 for 3 with 3 doubles and 3 RBIs for the Cardinals' leadoff man, along with a run scored. So 3 at-bats and 6 total bases for Griffin Carney so far this evening. And a chance to add on to what has been a big day already. Can he work on, there's already been 3 doubles. He fouls one back, an even count at a ball and a strike. And Carney, well out in front of it, yanks it into the Cardinals bullpen out and left. So 1-2 count here to Carney. He's 3 for 3 with 3 doubles, 3 RBIs, and a run scored. And hits with a 1-2 count, and the bases juiced. here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Carney grounds this one up the middle. And everybody's still safe. No, they call the runner out at second. And so Hampton, the courtesy runner trying to get from first to second, is out. But Carney will bring another run home on the ground ball. He reaches on the fielder's choice, and it brings Grady Emerson to the plate. So the first out of the inning happening with a fielder's choice. Hunter Hampton is cut off the base paths after the ground ball to the shortstop. They flip it off to second to get the out, but Ridgel scoring. Now the 13th run of the evening for Fort Worth Christian, and Grady Emerson out in front of it.
Look ready?
Emerson getting out of the way of that one. So 2 balls and a strike is the count after the foul ball. And the 2-1, Emerson taking a hack at it. 2-2 count now. Emerson 1 for 2 tonight. Singled in the second, struck out in the third, walked in the first, and then was doubled up off the base paths after a line drive by Braylon James. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Trent Smedema on the hill, who started at second. Mason McCoy he came in for. McCoy moving back to third, and that pushes Valdez, the starter, over to second. And a full count. Here to Grady, and he watches for ball 4, and that'll load the bases back up now for Braylon James with 1 out. Here in the bottom of the 4th inning.
Braylon James.
1 out, bases juiced to 13-1 ball game. Mention it's the 3rd time in the last 4 games the Cardinals have now scored double digits in runs, and the 5th time overall this season. But 13 runs tonight. That matches a season high, which they have achieved twice, including last time out when they won 13-3 against Midland Christian on Saturday afternoon to improve to 2-0 in district play. They'll continue district action on Thursday against Southwest Christian School. The 2-0. In for a strike to Braylon James, and that's going to be a massive game. Southwest Christian School, state finalist a year ago and champions of the district last season. James watching up and out. So 3 balls and a strike to the left-handed hitting senior center fielder, who is 0 for 2 tonight, looking to join the parade of hits that the Cardinals have had. And he may do it here. Rips it to right. It's down. Jacob Ward comes across to score. Here comes Griffin Carney, and they wave home Grady Emerson as well, as Braylon James clears the bases with a double here in the bottom of the 4th, and the Cardinals extend their lead, now up 16-1. Another extra base hit for Fort Worth Christian.
Number 11, Jackson Castleberry.
They've got 11 hits, but 6 of them have gone for extra bases. Or check that, 7 of their 11 hits now for extra bases after the Braylon James double, and it brings Jackson Castleberry to the plate. And he watches for a strike. So the extra base hits this evening. Griffin Carney has 3 with 3 doubles. Ridgel's got a double. Parkerson's got a double. Braylon James now with a double and 3 RBI. And Jackson Castleberry gives it a ride towards center. And it's caught by Mannix out of the outfield. A good piece by Castleberry. Unable to launch it past Mannix. And he backtracks to make the grab.
Jake Parkerson.
And so the Cardinals bring Jake Parkerson to the plate, who led off this inning with a single. It's the 3rd straight inning the Cardinals have batted around. Did so in the 2nd, did so in the 3rd, and have done so here in the 4th as well, as Parkerson watches for a strike. But 7 of their 11 hits have gone for extra bases. Cardinals flexing the power muscle this evening and now have achieved a new season high in runs with 16 tonight. As it's a 2-1 count here to Jake Parkerson. Parkerson 2 for 3 has one of those 7 extra base hits as he doubled earlier in the inning. And he pops this one foul and out of play. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 1 on, 16-1 advantage. 5 runs scored in the 2nd, 5 more in the 3rd. They've put 6 on the board here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Parkerson fouls it back to stay alive. Inning started with Mason McCoy on the hill, and they quickly turned to Trent Smedema, who was trying to work out of this. Game started with Vince Valdez, the 3rd different arm utilized by the Eagles here this evening. And he kicks and deals for the 2-2. Misses above the zone to Parkerson. He's got his old batting average up to .469 with a 2 for 3 effort tonight on the season to lead the team, and he'll reach here on a walk to put runners on 1st and 2nd now for Blaine McDonald. So all in all, the Cardinals, not only do they have 11 hits tonight, they have drawn 10 walks. So 10 walks drawn by the Cardinals at the plate along with 11 hits. And that can tell you a story why they've batted around in 3 consecutive innings and have scored 16 runs since the 2nd. With double-digit hits and double-digit walks drawn by the Cardinals at the plate tonight. A lot of base runners out there. And shining the brightest, probably still Griffin Carney, who is 3 for 4 with 4 RBIs and 2 runs scored. Braylon James as well, who stands at 2nd. He's got 3 RBIs, did it all on 1 swing of the bat moments ago to extend the Cardinals' lead to 16-1 with the bases clearing, 3 RBI double to right field. 2-2 missing high, and Blaine McDonald. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and 2 on. McDonald 1 for 1 tonight. And a check at 2nd. McDonald 1 hit and 1 at bat. He's got 2 RBIs, also has drawn a pair of walks. And he'll walk for a 3rd time to load the bases back up now for Andrew Ridgel. Andrew Ridgel 1 for 1 as well tonight, but he's scored 3 runs, also has an RBI. He's drawn a pair of walks as well. The Cardinals breaking this game wide open over the last couple of innings. They've scored 16 unanswered runs after it was the Eagles who got on the board first in the top of the 1st inning. A leadoff walk coming around to score. A 4-pitch walk to begin this game. But the Cardinals quickly responded with 5 in the 2nd, 5 in the 3rd, 6 so far here in the 4th. And Continuing the threat here with Andrew Ridgel at the plate, hitting with a 2-1 count and 2 outs. Medema kicks and delivers, and Ridgel fouls it away. Full count upcoming here to Andrew Ridgel. And a check at first, and that will end the inning. So a pickoff ends the inning as McDonald was unable to get back to first in time, but not before the Cardinals add on 6 more runs coming across to score. Thanks to a Braylon James bases clearing double. And the Cardinals ahead by 15 as we go to the 5th inning.
You're just trying to find a way out. I don't want to tell you how to live, but I just don't want you to miss. And I don't mean to scare you. I want you to live, and I dare you to give this life all you have. Yeah, all you
Top of the 5th inning, a 6-1 advantage for Fort Worth Christian, and Joe Sanchez pokes one out to right field. An arranging grab made by the center fielder, Braylon James, running a mile to go grab that one. As we get another look, Joe Sanchez with the Cardinals outfield playing shallow. It's James running all the way into right, as the speedy center fielder is able to make the grab. They were shaded a little bit that way, as he still is now. And he tracks it down to make the catch. A nifty grab by Braylon James. After last half inning, he had a bases clearing 3 RBI double. And he makes the grab there. This one hit right at Griffin Carney, and he makes the catch as well. So 2 straight retired to begin this top of the 5th inning.
Second baseman number 4.
And 5 in a row set down now for the senior righty out of the pen, Fred Hall. His 5th appearance of the year. He's yet to surrender a run. And he's now set 5 down in a row out of the bullpen. And that's pulled foul. It's back to the top of the order in Mason McCoy. McCoy 0 for 1. He flew out to right in the 3rd. He led off the game, drawing a 4-pitch walk, and he came around to score. But that is the lone run this evening for the Eagles. That's grounded to third. On to first, it's in time. And going 1, 2, 3, Fred Hall retiring 6 straight out of the pen. And via the mercy, that will conclude our ball game tonight. A 16-1 final score. Fort Worth Christian wins it. They pick up their 6th consecutive victory, scoring 10-plus for the 3rd time in the last 4 games. And our player of the game, Griffin Carney, we'll talk to in just a moment. He went 3 for 4 with 4 RBIs and 2 runs scored. And I'll head over to talk with our player of the game, Griffin Carney, right now. So just stand by, and we will hear from the senior second baseman here in just a few moments on Tradio.
Fort Worth Christian School is Christ-centered, college preparatory school where every student is known, loved, and valued. At FWC, students are challenged to pursue excellence in the classroom, in competition, and in their faith, all while being equipped with a strong biblical worldview. From standout academics and championship athletics to award-winning fine arts and a vibrant student community, Fort Worth Christian is preparing tomorrow's leaders today. We invite you to discover the difference for your family. Visit fwc.org to learn more, schedule a personal tour, and experience Fort Worth Christian for yourself.
Thank you so much for joining the game with us today. We hope you are enjoying this presentation of Cardinal Baseball Live on Tradio. We have a target of 20,000 channel subscribers before the end of this spring. We need your help to reach that goal. So please hit the subscribe button and the like button, and pick a friend or family member to whom you can share the game. We are happy you are watching and hope you consider becoming a member for access to different member-only content.
We are here at Keck Field along with our player of the game, Griffin Carney, here on Cardinal Baseball Live on Tradio. Griffin, thanks for taking the time to join us. 3 doubles tonight for you. Walk us through your ABs this evening. What was feeling good?
Yeah, an emphasis going into this game and really this week for me has been backspinning baseballs And that was really just a goal, especially in a non-district game, to kind of get it moving, get it going in the gap, and I did that. So.
You said backswinging baseballs?
Backspinning.
Backspinning. Okay, so you felt like you did that well tonight? So you start the game off really hitting the ball hard to left. However, thrown out at third in that first inning, was that a little motivation the next couple times you came up to the plate?
Yeah, it's kind of uncharacteristic, but it happens. So just got to get back out there and do it again.
Well, this offense has been great. We were talking to Andrew Ridgel after last game. He said it's so fun to be part of this lineup. Everybody can hit. You guys show it again tonight with 16 runs, 10-plus runs, and now 3 of your last 4. What's so fun to be a part of this Cardinal offense?
Yeah, I mean, everybody can swing it. It's not just, 2 or 3 guys getting it done. It's all 9, and, we don't stop, so.
Right on. Final thing for you, Griffin Carney, our player of the game, 3 for 4 this evening, 3 RBIs, a couple of the runs scored as well. But going into now district action this Thursday, Friday, what's the mindset for this group to keep this going?
Yeah, I mean, just stick to the plan. Practice each week. We get at it and, get things done.
Well, I know it's cold out here, so we'll let you go. Thanks so much for joining us here. It's Cardinal Baseball Live on Tradio and our player of the game, Griffin Carney.
We only play to win. That's on everything. We climbing to the top. Turn it up a notch.